All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call. Let me know that you can see me. Apologize for the late start here by a few minutes. I was sitting here. I was actually ready to get on a little bit early, and I started on something, and I looked up and I was like, "Dope." Anyways, I apologize for that. So today we're going to be talking about follow up and we want to make sure that we're not just generating leads, but that we're actually engaging with people. And so we're going to talk through that today because you can generate all the leads you want, but if you're not engaging them, then really what's the point? All right. Now, with that said, I did go ahead and I dropped in. I have started. Can everybody hear me? Maria, everybody hear me? Can you hear me? One second. Can you hear me? So let me know if you can hear me or not. We got somebody saying that they may not be able to hear me. Yeah. All right. Perfect. Thank you. Right. So you may have a mute on somewhere, but yeah. So Maria, thank you so much for that. So with that, listings to lead, let's go ahead and log in. And to be honest, check this out. This right here is actually part of follow up. And I'm going to show you why, at least with Facebook ads. Click here to see how. Right there on the pop up when you first log into listings to leads. And we're going to be doing this live today. So we're going to take a look at a few screenshots. But I want to show you something. Here's an ad. So this is an ad. In fact, this is live right now. So this is a current ad. It's live right now. And you ask, well, how does this deal with follow up? And I'm going to show you. We're going to look at like 3 or 4 examples. So this is just one of about 4 we're going to look at here. So here's the ad. What do you see right here? When you click on that ad, whether on your phone, your laptop, your tablet, whatever it is, you click on the ad and there's a series of questions. There's actually 5 questions here. We default 3 questions for both buyers and sellers. And here you can see there's 5. Now that's a little bit much. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But just keep in mind, the more you ask, typically, the more expensive your leads are going to be because people just tap out. They're not interested in answering all of these questions. But hey, I tell you what, let me see real quickly. He is $3.09 and he spent $246. All right, 247. So he's generated 80 leads. So keep that in mind. Keep that number in your mind. 80 leads at $3 each for a budget of 250 bucks. All right. And again, here's the ad. You click on it. These questions come up. So there's 5 questions. Are you buying a home when your home sells? What is your time frame to buy? Have you been pre-approved? What is your desired price range? Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? And here are some of the lead responses. Now, I want you to be thinking, I want you to put your thinking cap on, and I want you to think, how would you follow up with this lead based on what they replied? So name, email, and phone number. And then you got these 5 questions. Now, when you generate a lead with listings to leads, you will get an email. It'll have all this information in it. It will send it to listings to leads, the lead record, where all this information will be. If you send the leads to your CRM, all of this information will be there. So when we are following up with leads, we want to look at, well, what did they say to those 3 questions? And so here we got somebody that said, looking to buy in 3 to 6 months. They would like the ultimate guide to buying a home. Now, when they say yes to that, we actually send it to them automatically. Don't need to do anything. It's the guide from your listings to leads account, branded, your coloring, your logo, your picture. So the guide is sent automatically. They said they're not pre-approved. Their desired price range is 600 to 700,000, and apparently they have a home to sell. I mean, my gosh, right there. You think just one lead, and he's got some really good ones in here. So we're going to be looking at a few of them. I mean, he could easily make $30,000 to $40,000 just from the leads that we're going to be looking at here. So there's a few of them where very easily could double in. So how would you respond to this? I would respond with, thank you for clicking on the ad at the property at 123 Main Street, and I saw that you're looking to buy in the next 3 months, but you're not pre-approved yet. Where are you at with that? Right? I've got a great lender. We got some great down payment assistance programs, low down payment assistance, right? However you want to refer to that. Uh, can I introduce you to my lender and we can get you pre-approved so that when the right property comes along, you're in the perfect position to buy it? I would start there. Then I would say, I see that you're thinking to look at a price range in the $600,000 to $700,000 and that you do have a home to sell. Where's your current home at right now? Are you going to be looking to buy and sell at the same time, right? These questions, what they do is this is absolute gold for follow up, because now what we're going to be doing is we're going to refer to this in our follow up. All right. They have given us, in addition to their name, email, and phone number, 5 different points of reference on how we can help them. Does that make sense for everybody? Let me know if that makes sense. Let's take a look at another lead. So we got Edgar here, and his time frame to buy is 1 to 3 months. Did not want the ultimate guide. He is pre-approved, which is awesome, and his price range is 5 to 600,000. So I'm going to call Edgar up. Edgar, thank you for clicking on my ad for 123 Main Street, and I see that you're looking to buy a home in the next 1 to 3 months, and that you are pre-approved. And I might ask first, are you working with an agent, right? And or I might just say, I see that you're looking to buy a home in the $5 to $600,000 range. Would you like me to send you the most updated list of homes for sale, including ones with recent price drops? Right? I want to continue and want to extend the value that I can provide Edgar here. So every lead is a unique person with unique wants, goals, values, all right, what they want from you. And so, we don't want to be treating every lead as the same thing, right? We don't want to be calling up a lead with our canned speech. We want to look at what is it that they're telling us on the front end, so that on the back end, they're more open to engaging with us, because now we're going to be speaking to them specifically. Does that make sense for everybody? Now, tell you, we got a few leads here. 12 plus months. No to the guide. Yes to pre-approved. Desired price range, 3 to 4. Are you buying when your home sells? So it looks like they got a home that they want to sell. So again, I would call them up. I see you're looking to buy a home in the $300,000 to $400,000 range, that you are pre-approved. I see that your time frame to buy is 12 months, and that you currently have a home to sell, right? And just get more information on that. Next one, time frame to buy 1 to 3, desired price range 5 to 6. Haven't been pre-approved. Awesome. Are you buying a home and your home sells? Yes. That is absolutely awesome. So again, I'm going to call them up. Hi, Margot. Thanks for clicking on my ad for 123 Main Street. I see you looking to buy a home in the next 1 to 3 months in the $500,000 to $600,000 range. Would you like me to set you up with the most updated list of homes for sale, to include the ones with recent price drops? All right. I see you haven't been pre-approved. Would you like to find out more information on down payment assistance programs and low down payment options through my preferred lender that is local in the area, that helps out a lot of people to get them into a home? All right. And I see that you have a home to sell. Where do you currently live right now? Now, one of the really cool things in listings to leads, and maybe your CRM as well, is there's a function where you can look up their email and their phone number on Google, or maybe even, take that, put it into another program, find out where they live. I could find out where Margot lives before I even call her up. And that way I actually know where she lives. And I might even be able to find out where she works, a little bit more information about her. But regardless, I now have some great information to engage Margot with. All right. We got a few more ads. So we got one here for sellers. So let's, again, I'm back in listings to leads. This is the pop-up when you first log in. And here, all right, 5 seller leads, $461 each, has spent $23 so far. This was for a pending listing under contract. And this is one of my favorites. Under contract slash pending slash, under deposit, active contingent. These are really some of the best leads, all right, for sellers. And you can do this as a selling agent. So if you have a buyer in contract, if you got a seller in contract, and you could even fake. And when I say fake, what I mean is you could just say, because here's the deal. I'm not telling you which home. I could literally just, there's no home address here. There's always another home in Bergen, New Jersey under contract, isn't there? Isn't there always another home in Bergen, New Jersey under contract? There's always a home. And I could just get a picture of maybe a neighborhood, right? Maybe like a bit of a drone shot over the neighborhood. You could probably find one online, that you might be able to use. Go to Google Maps, take a screenshot. There's always properties under contract where you live. So if you don't have one, all right, that's what I mean by faking one. But let's take a look at this. They click the ad. So here I click the ad, click 3 questions. All right, 3 questions. Now remember, they've only generated 5 leads. Check this out. Carlos, time frame to sell 1 to 3 months. Would you like to see how my 100-point home marketing plan works for your home? Yes. Curious what your home could sell for right now? Yes. What is a 100-point home marketing plan? Everybody know what that is? That is this in listings to leads. You've got this in your account right now. You could have signed up this morning and this is ready for you. You can customize it. You can create specific ones for their home in particular. So if I find out that Carlos has, what I would be doing is I would call Carlos up. I see you're looking to sell your home in the next 1 to 3 months. And I'm going to get you a copy of my 100 plus point home marketing plan. Can I get the address for your home so that I can customize it for you? And maybe when I say customize it, I just customize the cover letter, which I can show you a little bit later. And then and also he said he's curious what his home could sell for right now. So I'm going to get the property address. I'm going to let him know. I might even ask him, right, if you've got the ability to do this, would you be interested? Are you interested in a cash offer, or are you more interested in selling on the market to get the highest price? So when I'm talking to Carlos, or as I'm emailing him, as I'm texting him, as I'm calling him, I'm going to refer to all 3 of these things. Gives me more value that I can provide him. Jasmine, all right, lead number 2. Time frame to sell, 6 to 12 months. Marketing plan, no. Curious what your home could sell for? Yes. I'm going to call up Jasmine. Thank you for clicking on the ad regarding the recent home that's now in contract, expected to sell soon. I saw that you're thinking about selling in the next 6 to 12 months and we are curious about what your home could sell for right now. What's the property address? And have you made any improvements to the property? Is there anything about it I should know? Right. And I can get you a home value update that's going to be a lot better than what's on Zillow, because you may not realize, but on Zillow, it even says in their legal description that they can be off, and they are off over 30% of the time, over 10%. All right. That's not what you want. And I can't remember exactly if it might be different in different areas, but if you look at the Zillow language, their estimates are off quite a bit. Like, no, we know that as agents, but sellers, homeowners don't know that. Buyers don't know it. So when a buyer comes to you and they say, well, Zillow said the home was worth, $450,000. Why are we offering $480,000? All right. Make sure you understand, and you can point them to the legal description or the legal information around those estimates regarding the fact that those things are off by quite a bit. So Jasmine, lead number 2. Gemma, is it Gemma? Lead number 3. Time frame to sell, 3 to 6 months. How my 100-point home marketing plan? Yes. Curious what your home could sell for now? She's not interested. So I'm going to call her up And you know what, Elena, hold on to that thought because I've got it right in the mastermind group. I literally posted that today. Phenomenal, right? I'm going to call Gemma. So you're looking to sell your home in the next 3 to 6 months, and that you're curious about how my 100-point home marketing plan can get your home sold for top dollar. Jennifer, time frame. This is lead number 4, 1 to 3 months. Is curious, would like to see my 100-point home marketing plan. Not curious about her home for sale. Lead number 5, time time frame to sell 6 to 12 months. See how my 100-point home marketing plan works for your home? Yes, and customized for my home. Curious what your home could sell for right now? Yes. This is probably the hottest lead. I mean, these are all good leads. 5 out of 5. Now that's ridiculous. 5 out of 5 is, and that ad is live. That ad is actually live right now. Uh, are you going to get 5 out of 5 people this good? Probably not. But out of 5 leads, if I get one, that's 20%. All right. That's still 20%. Usually you're at like you'll be like around 40 to 50% of the people are going to say yes to one of those 2 questions. All right. They're going to say yes to curious what your home could sell for right now, or they're going to say yes to the 100-point home marketing plan, or they're going to say yes to both, which in this case, you saw a few of those. Yes, and customize for my home. I mean, wow. And these are all, these are the default questions. These are literally default questions. So let me show, I did a couple of more posts in the mastermind group. If you're not in here, you got to be in the mastermind group. It should be something that you look at every single day, because I post things in here every day, not to waste your time and to blow smoke and just, give you something to waste your time with. I post stuff in here that is completely actionable and will save you a ton of money and will save you a lot of time, because had you been in the mastermind group, you would have already, if you get your notification set up for this, you'd have already seen the post I did a few hours ago. So check this out. Lynn, she ran this ad, 13,000, 15 leads, $2.33 a lead, spent $35, which we'll talk about in a minute here, a little bit more. I did a post a little bit ago. Are your Facebook and Instagram ads not working? And again, we're going to go through this live. We're going to go through a number of these live because lead follow-up starts with the ad. It starts with the on the if you do the front end correctly, the back end will be a lot easier. We're also going to talk about getting leads to your CRM, the email follow-up that we've got, the automated text follow-up that we've got, and some other pro tips for you, just like I'm sharing here right now. So for ads, don't edit our presets. Don't start messing around with the presets. When we look at how to do an ad, that'll make sense. You're spending too little money. All right. $35 a week is way too little typically. Your budget should be for buyers. So for any ad that's generating buyer leads, you want to be at around $10 to $15 a day. For sellers, 15 to 20. So down payment assistance, new construction, list of homes for sale at your IDX, just listed, coming soon, open house, active listings, yours or borrowed, 10 to 15 bucks a day. For pending, just sold, iBuyer, cash offer, home value, what else, right? Any other kind of ad that you're going for seller leads, $15 to $20 a day. You need it for the algorithm. You need it to actually generate leads 85% of the time. Sometimes you'll get an ad like the one that Lynn did for $35, $2 a lead, and got one to apparently get an offer accepted that fast. That's awesome. I love it. But you want to play the odds, and this is how you play the odds. All right, you got to spend a little bit of money, right? If you don't have any money, then start door knocking the expireds that we train on. All right. If you don't got any money to run ads, then what I would do is I would start concentrating on door knocking expireds with our expired marketing plan that we talk about 4 times a week. people run ads on the wrong listings. So again, we got down payment assistance. You can do new construction. You can do cash offer. A lot of success with cash offer right now. You can do home value, right? You can do pending and sold. Uh, but wrong listings. So when you're going to run an ad for a listing, in particular one that's not yours, where you're going to put some money behind it, you want it to be in the part of the market that is a healthy, high turnover part of the market. One of our clients, she ran an ad, and in fact, I've got a screenshot right here. So, oh no, so this is not a good. This is somebody else. Um, this screenshot here is an example of changing the presets. Right, 7 leads at $3 a lead. Right, not bad. But that's 1 lead a day. Imagine that, because it goes for 1 week. That's 1 lead a day. That is way too little. You want to be generating 3 to 5 buyer leads a day, and then you want to be generating at least like 2 to 3 seller leads a day. So if I got an ad going for seller leads, I want to make sure I'm generating 2 to 3 a day. If it's buyer leads, I want 3 to 5 a day. All right, and that's again because if you're generating 1 buyer lead a day, yeah, that's just way too little. That's just way too little. That budget should have been about $120 versus 35. All right, versus 35. And then this ad right here for 1843, she changed the radius from 15 to 25, and I'll show you that. And anytime you've got an ad with a bad cost per lead, that affects your follow-up, because now I don't have anybody to follow up with because my budget got wasted, right? $35, $18 a lead. I'm generating like what, 2 leads for $35? That's no good, right? That's absolutely no good. So look right here, dud ads. If your ad is not performing well, turn it off. All right. There's no excuse. And I've been guilty, you forget, whatever. If your cost per lead is too high, turn it off. If you realize, like, oh my God, I haven't generated any leads in the last 24 hours, or maybe only 1 lead, when you normally should be getting like 3 to 4 to 5 leads a day, that should be your first clue. Oh, maybe I should turn that ad off and just redo it. Right here, cost per lead too high, turn the ad off, check to see any obvious issues, and redo the ad as new. On the flip side, if you got a great ad, you can just click the edit icon, add more money to the budget, extend the ending date out, and keep that ad going. Again, this is part of follow up, because now we've got an ad, we got the questions that are going to help us engage the lead at a higher level, and we've got more people to follow up with. All right. When you think about Facebook ads, you really should be, both buyers and sellers, engaging 10 to 20% of the leads. If you're not, then you're not generating enough. I mean, if you're only generating 7 leads a week, right, and 10 to 20% engagement should be where you're at, you're kind of like even below 1, right? Maybe 1 a week. That's not what I want. I want to be having a good, meaningful conversation with a new lead every day or two. So every single day or two, I should have a new lead that just came in the last day or two that I am having a substantial conversation with regarding buying or selling. And if I'm not, my budget's too low, my cost per lead is too high, and so it's killing my budget, or I'm not referring to the questions in my follow-up, or I'm just not following up. I mean, come on. How many of you are not following up? Yeah. Yeah, Elena, if you don't have any money for ads, then you got to start door knocking. I mean, what else are you going to do, right? What else are you going to do? What you got to do is get on our expired training. All right. We do 4 live calls a week, but I mean, and open houses. I would be doing open houses, and I'd be door knocking with that nearby homeowner letter. So look at our open house training, and then look at our expired training. But yeah, no, you got to spend money to get leads in. All right. I don't care what anybody's going to tell you, but I want you to spend your money effectively. I don't want you blowing your money. I don't want to blow my money. I don't want you to blow your money. So, with follow up, if we can make sure that our ads and the actions that we are taking are efficient and effective, then we can make sure our follow up is good and that we're not blowing money. Right. I know real estate agents, I talk to real estate agents pretty much every day. They love wasting money on things that, they think are just going to like change the world. Right. Going after expireds, that can change your world, but there's a lot of other things that are going to change your bank account. All right. Another way is you don't attend our training or you don't follow it. Sometimes people attend our training and then they think that they're smarter than us, and then they start like going off on their own, which I don't understand. And then not being consistent. All right, not being consistent. You need to be spending $100 a week minimum if you're going after buyer leads, and $200 a week if you're going after seller leads. Just the way it is. Here's one more. Then we're going to get into the account. All right. So here's an ad. 23 leads. There's the ad. It's not even the best ad. I mean, to be honest, it's like the same picture 3 times, 4 times. So it's not the best ad. But this guy right here, let me go back to the post. He spends over $400 a week on ads. He generates hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of leads a month. He's been doing it with us for probably 5 to 6 years. He's been a client for over a decade. Top agent in the East Coast in New York. Yeah, I think New York. So 23 leads. This ad is live right now. You can see there's the open house this weekend. So this is a brand new ad. It's a Cape Cod style. It doesn't really look updated. Maybe I'm just missing something, but whatever. All right, here are the 3 questions. What's your time frame to buy? Do you have a home to sell? What would be the most helpful right now? This is awesome. Check this out. Now remember, out of 23 leads, we got 6 lead responses here. That's 24%. That's 24%. I could have done more, but I just wanted, I can't sit here and do all 23 leads. So Jacqueline says she's just dreaming, no to a home to sell. And what would be most helpful? First time buyer down payment help. When somebody says just dreaming here, and then they also said first time buyer, they're renting. That tells me right now they're renting. They've never bought a home before. They are a first time home buyer. So when I call Jacqueline up, I'm going to refer to the fact that, hi, Jacqueline, you clicked on the ad for the property 123 Main Street, and I saw that you're dreaming about buying a home and that you'd like to get some first time buyer down payment assistance information. Are you currently renting? Yeah, I'm currently renting. Oh, great. You're currently renting. When is your lease up? Oh, our lease ends in October. Oh, that's phenomenal. Okay, great. And right now you're not pre-qualified or anything. So what you need to do is get information on down payment assistance so you can see how the financing and all of that would work to get you from being a renter, right, paying the landlord's mortgage to paying your own mortgage. Is that correct? Yes, that's exactly correct. Perfect. Jacqueline, I'm going to set you up with my lender. Her name is Samantha. I will give her your information. She's awesome. She's local in the area. What would be a good time for her to call you? All right. Hand it off. And then I might say after that, after you talk to her, if it's okay with you, I will reach back out to you, and then I will set you up with a list of new homes that are coming up on the market as soon as they hit, along with price reductions, so that not only can we get you down payment assistance or low down payment assistance in whatever kind of programs are available for you, but also to make sure that you get the best deal possible in this market. You are going to make her day. You're going to make her day. Stephanie, do you have a home to sell? No. What would be most helpful right now? Estimated monthly payments for this home. What is your time frame to buy? 3 to 6 months. Awesome. I'm going to call Stephanie up. Stephanie, Scott Pierce, thanks for clicking on the ad for the one property at 123 Main Street. I see you looking to buy in the next 3 to 6 months and would like estimated monthly payments for this home. how much are you thinking about putting down? Right? Have you been pre-qualified yet? All right. I'm thinking about putting $30,000 down. Okay, great. And then do the numbers. All right, do the numbers for her. Get back to her, talk to her, ask them about down payment assistance. Ask them about, again, if they're not pre-qualified, introduce them to your lender, set them up with a list of new homes with price reductions, and get her into a home. Robert, 12 plus months time frame. Do you have a home to sell yet? And all of these leads are in the last few days. Every one of these leads is in the last few days. Robert, uh, time frame to buy 12 plus months, has a home to sell. You know what I'm thinking? I wonder if that might be a downsizer. So when I call this person up, because they're looking long term, maybe they got a kid in who's a senior or just graduated recently, and they're starting to kind of think about downsizing, or maybe the opposite, maybe upselling or upsizing. Maybe they have a young kid. Maybe they got a young kid and they need a bigger home. So it might be something might be going on in their life. And so when I call Robert up, I see you're looking to buy a home in the next 12 months and that you currently have a home to sell. I'm going to set you up with a list of new homes for sale with price drops in the area. What area exactly are you looking for? Is it just around this current home? Is there any features that you're thinking about? Pool, school district, something? And is there anything going on in your life? Like, are you looking to downsize? Are you looking to upsize? Right? Because now look at this. I got this information and I can start providing more, better follow up uh, in line with their specific situation. All right. Ghazala here. Do you have a home to sell? No. What would be most helpful? Homes in my price range. What is your time frame to buy? 1 to 3 months. Beautiful. I'm going to call her up. And when I say call up, I'm going to do the same type of communication via text and email as well. So I'm assuming they're probably renting. All right. She would like to get a list of homes in her price range, looking to buy in the next 1 to 3 months. I'm going to call her up. Hey, Gazella, my name is Scott Pierce. I see you clicked on the ad for 123 Main Street. That's a great little home. It's listed at $455,000. Is that the price range that you're looking for? Yes, it is. Okay, phenomenal. Would you also be interested in homes with price reductions? Sometimes those are great because the seller is more open to negotiation, right? So what am I doing? Right? I'm providing greater value than what she even indicated right here. Doesn't everybody want a deal? Of course, everybody wants a deal. So in my follow up, I'm going to refer to that. I see you looking to buy a home in the next 1 to 3 months. Are you pre approved yet? Are you right? Are you ready to make an offer on a property when you find one? Yes, I am. Okay, great. No, I'm not. Right? We've had that conversation already. We can introduce them. Do they want any down payment assistance? Do they want uh, uh, what am I trying to think of here? Yeah, down payment assistance kind of help, right? Joe, do you have a home to sell? Yes, I do. What would be most helpful? Best areas or neighborhoods? Time frame to buy 1 to 3 months. So again, I'm just going to refer to this. Oh, I see you currently own a home. Is your home in the current area? Are you looking to you're looking to sell that before you buy or after you buy, or is this going to be something that's going to happen simultaneously? Because if so, right, I can definitely help you out with that and make sure that we dial everything in appropriately so that it's the less stress and less hassle for you as possible. Again, I want to come in here understanding a little bit about what's going on with them and try to think ahead on how I can make their life easier, how I can make their life better. Right? I see that you're most interested in looking at some homes in the best areas or neighborhoods. That means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. So are you looking to downsize or upsize or be closer to work or be closer to shopping, parks, right? When you say best areas or neighborhoods, what is it that you mean by that so that I can provide you the best list of homes for sale in the areas that you want that meet your needs? Boy, we still got a few more here. All right, Carla, 3 to 6 months. Yes, has a home. Home is in my price range. I'm going to call her up. Here, I might just say, uh, in 3 to 6 months. So what would that be? What are we, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Maybe they got a kid and they want to be in a school district where the kid is going to be going to. I don't want to assume that because you don't want to be throwing out stories to people because maybe it's not that and it's not, who knows. But I'm going to call her up. Obviously, I'm going to call, text, I'm going to email. Right? Thanks for clicking on the property at 123 Main Street. And I see you looking to buy in the next 3 to 6 months. And then you have a home to sell. What price range are you thinking of? 5 to 600,000. Okay, great. Anything in particular about a home that you really, right, really want to make sure that you get, right? Single story, you want a pool, is there a school district, right? Is there anything that really, is something that you want, right? Oh, I want a pool and I want to be in this school district. Okay, great, great. And, you have a home to sell, right? Did you get my point here? I mean, this is so awesome. Oh, goodness gracious. We got, I think, just two more. Rosa, no home, new listings and price drops, 6 to 12 months. Awesome. I bet she's a renter. I bet she's probably renting. So when I call her up, I might ask about that, right? I'm going to want to find out, are you pre-qualified? Well, first of all, right, address the new listings and price drops. So do you want to see new listings in this area? And is there anything in particular that you're looking for in a home? Okay, great. What price range is this? The same price range as this property. Okay, great. Are you pre-approved? Right. Have that conversation. That they said 6 to 12 months, and I might just ask them, are you currently renting and is your lease up? Like, is your lease up towards the end of the year? Because maybe they're going to be the lease is up, 6 to 7 months from now, and they can go month to month after that. And that's just information I want to know, and it's going to help me in my follow up. Right? When I ask good questions, your follow up becomes a lot better. And when you refer to the questions that they replied to in the ad, I ask better questions. No to home sell, first time buyer, down payment help, 1 to 3 months. Awesome. So there we go. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me? This is so amazing. So amazing. So when I log into Listings to Leads, you're going to see that pop up, right? Take a look at some of this stuff. Now, Elena, what you want to do is you want to do two things. One, you want to click right here, get your next listing in a few weeks. And you want to join our school classroom for expires in particular, right? 2026 expired pipeline builder. And I apologize, everybody. I'll get right back on topic here in 1 minute, but I just want to show this. This is for everybody. Our live and recorded calls right here. And if I go back to classroom, right up here at the top, classroom, open house mastery. This is the other one that you want to be taking a look at. All right, because open houses, if you go after open houses and expireds, that to me is the most cost-effective way to start getting buyers to work with and getting sellers to work with, right? And there's a lot of ways that you can do this stuff for free. You might have to learn a few things, right? You might have to get comfortable, seeing how we do social media stuff. But if you got not enough money to spend, you better start putting in more effort. All right, and that includes door knocking, calling the people that you can, doing open houses, going after expireds, all of that stuff. All right. So a couple of things here for follow-up. One, in Listings to Leads, if you go to your profile, CRM integration, right? First step on all follow-up is making sure it gets into a follow-up program. Now, we've got one that I'll show you here in a minute, but a lot of you already have a CRM. So you can connect your CRM for the most part. I think we got like all of them via this section right here. So click on your CRM and add in the information that you need. Right, Real Geeks, Sierra, Wise Agent, Lofty, Boomtown, Bold Trail. If your CRM is not listed, you can use what's called a lead forwarding email address. So the lead forwarding email address, the lead will go from Listings to Lead to your CRM automatically, right? And I'll show you the tags so we can make sure they get into a follow-up program. But drop the email, and it's not your login. There's a special email in your CRM. It looks nuts. It looks absolutely crazy. That's the email you'll put here and click save. We do have API Nation, so some of you are using that, so you can pop right appropriately. And we got Zapier. And if you're using give me a second. Sorry about that. Sometimes my screen just blows up. Let me go back. So profile, CRM, and I was looking at Zapier. And I was just going to mention Go High Level in particular. There's API Nation for Go High Level, and there's also Zapier. And we're actually going to be working on a direct API, I think, with Go High Level soon. But anyways, lead connector is Go High Level for all of you Go High Level people. The second item, which is phenomenal, we get so much great feedback on this. We have email follow-up that's automated. It's awesome. You can edit it, you can customize it, you can duplicate it, you can create new campaigns, you can send out email blasts, right? So on and so forth. We are actually going to be offering a Go High Level CRM in the next month or two. We're working on it right now. I'm super excited. It's one of the best CRMs out there. We know because we work on a number of CRMs with clients. So we're inside of a lot of CRMs. And so we see, all the restrictions, the integrations that they have and everything. Go High Level is the best one. The problem with Go High Level is it's not designed for real estate agents. So if you were to go to Go High Level, it's a nightmare. All right. The learning curve for for anybody to learn Go High Level is absolutely nuts. So what we're doing is we're going to be taking Go High Level. We're going to be creating a nice shell around it and get everything set up for you as a real estate agent to where you don't have to learn Go High Level. All right. You just use it. So we're going to be doing the AI texting out of there. We're going to be AI voice out of there, follow-ups, everything, pipeline, right? All of that stuff will be set up for you so that when you log in, it's just ready to start using, and it will connect into listings to leads. So yeah, that'll be something that you'll see in the next 1 to 2 months. And again, I'm really excited about it because, man, a lot of these CRMs that I see, I'm not going to mention any names because if you're using a CRM effectively, that you're ahead of 75 to 80% of all agents. I don't care what it is. It could be Realty Juggler. It could be whatever. All right. It could be whatever it is. If you're using a CRM effectively, you're ahead of 75 to 80% of all agents. Now, back to our email follow-up campaigns. They're recurring, which is awesome. So if you click on it, and I'll show you the buyer, and I'll show you how to turn this on. Absolutely free. There's no cost to it. And so how we do it for both the buyers and the sellers, and this is why I think so many people like it, is we alternate emails to either be a super short question, like you're looking at here, working from home. Are you working from home more these days? Would a home office or work area be good for your new home? That gets a lot of people responding because it's because of why it's super short, and for a lot of people it's yes, and so they want to let you know. And I have seen 500-word essays, like more information than you even want from this one right here. All right, that's a great one. So it's kind of like every other email is like that, and then every other email is offering one of the guides. So this is for the buyer leads, obviously. And what's really cool is now you can take these emails and you can drop them into your CRM. So if you're using Bold or Lofty or Brivity or Go High Level, you can drop this into Go High Level, no problem. You can drop it into Realty Juggler, Constant Contact, Follow Up Boss, whatever, Gmail, if you want to use Gmail. Just copy it right into Gmail. Now for the PDFs, I'll show you how to do that because you'll go through PDF eFlyer for database to grab it. Don't grab it from here because it won't work. But for our follow-ups, all they do is they just click the email. There's no landing page. You will get notified and you'll know, hey, Scott Pierce just downloaded your PDF guide for down payment assistance. They're all branded to you. Again, you could have signed up this morning, your picture, your name, your logo, all your information, right? All your colors, even. So, whatever colors that your branding has, right? Black and gold, it'll be black and gold. Red and yellow or red and gray, it'll be red and gray. Right? Blue and black, it'll be blue and black, whatever. So these will all be branded to both your colors and your logo, your picture, and all your contact information. And so, yeah, and it just alternates. What's on your neighborhood wish list? First time homebuyer guide. How close you want to be to work, right? Again, look at that, super, super short. Looking for new construction. So these are phenomenal. People love them. And they're super easy to turn on. And they're fully editable. I can duplicate it. I can create new ones. I can even create a landing page. Maybe I want to do a custom maybe I want to do a custom offer. Maybe I want to do a like a custom iBuyer cash offer landing page with a custom campaign. You can create campaign, create email blast, create new contact lists and associate them with landing pages. So there's a lot of really cool things in listing leads you can do. And they're available in Spanish. They're actually available in Spanish as well. So there's seller lead follow-up. Just click on. A little pop-up will come up. It'll take you 30 seconds. And then we're going to do an ad, and I'm going to show you the AI text follow-up. So here's send to. So this is for seller leads because it's seller lead follow-up. Send this campaign to existing. So if you've been a client for a while, then you come and set it up. It's going to ask you, do you want to send this to current seller leads in your account? I'll say yes. And then do you want to make it recurring? Leave that on. Just say yes to that because I think they're like a 6-month, and then they're set up to be evergreen. So just keep it recurring, right? You'll click save, and that way it'll be turned on. And don't look at my numbers. It's all real estate agents on mine, right? Good or bad. It's just other agents that are connected to my follow-ups. All right, let's do an ad. And this could be any ad. Could be a PDF guide. In fact, let me show you one more thing first. If you want to take and add a PDF guide to an email campaign or an email blast out of your system, out of your CRM, go to PDF guides. Don't do it in follow-up. Go here, PDF guide. Find whatever guide you want. And again, you can do this as an email blast. I have people that do it that way. Every week they come in here and they grab one buyer guide, one seller guide, and then they send it to their database out of their own CRM. Click marketing tools. And you can also add it to a campaign in your CRM. So whatever you want to do. So right here under eFlyer for database, you can do either this, just copy and paste it into your CRM. That's one way. The second way is copy code. There's 3 different options. I like copy code to signature, or you can do follow-up boss and then drop it into your CRM. The first time you do it, you'll probably be like, how do you do that? Ask your CRM support how you do it. It literally is like the easiest thing in the world. When you see how to do it, you're going to be like, oh, wow, that's awesome. Do you actually help customers? Well, not like that. I mean, no. I mean, if it's your CRM, right, that's why we do the live training. But I mean, if you got a particular question, yeah, ask our support team or get into the mastermind group for sure. Yeah. The mastermind group is the best place typically, right? So get into the mastermind group. I'll put the link in there. But yeah, so this is how you can either take them as an email blast out of your system, out of your CRM, or add them to a campaign in your CRM. Yeah, but you don't want to ask your CRM support for help on how you add it if you need to. Okay, let's do an ad. And again, This could be a cash offer, home value, just sold, coming soon. It all works the same way. It all works the same way in how you do the ad, the questions, and the follow up. So watch how I do this. And I'll do it. I'll do it twice. I'll do one for. I'll do a just listed, and then I'll do a just sold. So click the green button, click Facebook and Instagram ads, and the the workspace is gonna come up. All right. Now remember on the mastermind group, I said don't mess with the edit with the presets. Don't change this. In fact, I keep telling my team to put this under advanced options. Leave it as 15. All right. Very few of you have any reason to be changing location or even adding. The only time for adding location would be, especially on the high end luxury listings, like in Florida, maybe you want to change it to like New York or Chicago or something like that. Things like that. For 99% of you, and like I said in the mastermind group, if you are not successfully running ads and converting leads, don't change anything. Just leave it alone. All right. I don't want to be mean about it, but you're not good enough. You don't know enough yet. So, don't let, and it's common, right? We get into something, we want to change it up. I want to change up, the diet says eat these three things. Well, what do? I get on Google, I get into chat, I start changing it around. Then I wonder in a month and a half why I haven't lost any weight. I do that with my gym routine. Why haven't I gotten anywhere with my gym? Why? Because I took what my trainer told me to do and I did something else, but I said, well, I did what you told me to do, except instead of doing this, I did this and this and this. But otherwise, I did what you told me. Well, then that means you didn't do what I said. And so what I'm saying is don't change anything. Only the budget. All right. Only the budget. And you got to be at $10 a day minimum. Here's what I do. A lot of times I will do either 100 or even 200. And then if I'm getting leads like a really good price, I'll leave it. Why? Because if I'm getting leads at $3 a lead and I got $200 for the week, or even let's say 100, let's be a little bit more reasonable. If I'm doing $100 for the week and I'm in like $3 to $4 a lead, that means, right, 7 into 100 is like what, 14 or 15? Let's say 14. And if I'm at $4 a lead, then that means I'm getting 3 to 4 leads a day. That means I'm probably having a really good conversation every 2 to 3 days, right? Based on like a 10 to 20% rule, right? That makes sense. And then that keeps me excited because then I'm building a pipeline. Then I'm actually talking to people. All right. So $100. Now, when you hit create ad, I'm going to show you. So remember those questions that we were looking at? They're already there. They're already there. But I am going to show you how to edit them. No, there's 4 weeks a month. So that would be 400 a month. So see how it says it's on, view, edit, right? A few other things. The view button, it'll take about a minute to be live. So it's going to show me it's broken. It's going to say it's not working. Of course, it's going to make me a liar, and it is working. Okay, great. Normally it takes about a minute for that to work. All right. Now I'm going to click the blue show ad button. And then we're going to look at that ad and look at those questions. All right. Oh, God dang it. What happened to my, well, that was weird. Give me a second. All right. That was very weird. I've never done that before. Let me log back in. I will find what happened there a little later, I guess. Oh, all right. That was super weird. All right. I got to bring it over because I lost. Oh my gosh. goodness. There we go. I was trying to find that. Oh, some days. So let's find. So here's our ad that we literally just did. You saw me do it, right? 5 seconds. Click. What's your time frame to sell? 1 to 3. Do you have a home to sell? Yes. What would be most helpful right now? Homes in my price range, estimated monthly payments, first time home buyer, best areas, new listings and price drops. And you saw when we were looking at those leads from this week, they're all over the place, which is awesome. Continue, name, email, phone number, continue, submit, and they're going to go right to the property website, or they go to the landing page, right? They'll go wherever it is. If it's a PDF guide, it'll go to the PDF guide download, and they'll get the PDF guide in the email. If it's a home value landing page ad, they'll go to the landing page where they can do a home value. They can put in their address and get their home value. Whatever the ad type of ad it is where they will go, and they will always get an autoresponder. Now let's do a just sold, and let me show you the questions where they're at, because like you saw with that first ad, he had 5 questions, which is kind of nuts. Please listen to me. Normally, I would say 5 questions is a no-no, because it's just too many. You're asking the lead to do too much. But at the same time, I don't argue with success. So on that note, I'm just going to scroll down to it just sold. All right, just sold. You can do this if you got a buyer that just recently bought a listing or in contract. So if you're the selling agent on a pending or a sold listing, you can do the same thing, just add it to your account. So I'm going to go market listing, Facebook and Instagram ad. And again, I'm not going to change anything. Give it a second here. Now, sometimes I'll change the text just a little bit, but that we do that in the Facebook ads call. I talk more about that. But here, I'm just going to go, all right, $15 to $20 a day. So I'm going to go 140. Average cost per lead on a just sold is about 10 to 12 bucks. Average price per lead on a buyer ad is, a pending is like $8 to $10. So pending is actually a little bit cheaper than just sold. And right, normally what am I going to do? Create ad. But I want to show you those questions, advanced options. So right here, right above the create ad button, advanced options. Click it, and it says create new form. I'm going to click the green create new form button. And right there, form questions. Open it up. Right, you'll see here, name, email, and phone number on the right, name, email, phone number on the left. There's 4 steps to the lead form. Step 4, step 3, step 2, which is name, email, and phone number. And step 1 is, what is your time frame to sell? Curious what your home could sell for right now. See how my 100-point home marketing plan works for your home. All right, now check this out. See what a buyer would pay for your home right now. Maybe I like that language a little bit better, and I just swap the default with that one. Or what I do, get your home's value an instant cash offer. That can be a great one. See what would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you got the right price. That would be a great one. Check your home's value and selling options. And notice how I turn off every time I turn a new one on, because I only want 3 questions. If you want to try 4 or 5, just make sure they're different, because some of these are worded similar. And I don't want to have 3 of a similar question. See how AI can help you sell faster for top dollar. That could be a cool one. All right, so now I got, what is your time frame to sell? Check your home's value and selling options, no obligation. See how AI can help you sell faster for top dollar, and see how my 100-point home marketing plan works for your home. That's 4 questions. That would be kind of fun to try out, right? Because my follow-up. This is a call about follow-up. In my follow-up, what am I going to do? I'm going to look at what they said and I'm going to refer to it. And typically over 50% of people are going to say yes to at least one of these questions, at least one. Some will say yes to a couple. And one or two might say yes to all three, which is awesome. All right, everybody, listen. Any questions for me real quickly before we leave? Let me show you if you're the Facebook Mastermind group. I'll put the link in, but for any of you watching on the recording, go to Marketing Calendar, click Resources along the top, and then Facebook Mastermind over here. Click the green Join Group button. Oh my gosh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. I'm going to take that link. I'm going to drop it into the chat. And again, for all of you who are not in our school classroom, I'm going to put the link to that as well. Oh my gosh. Give me a second. I'm in my other monitor. Let me bring it over. I see someone here. Members. There we go. Invite. Copy. Here we go. Boom. And as I mentioned earlier, when you join our school community, click on the classroom icon in the top, along the top right here, classroom. All right, classroom. And you're going to see expired and open houses. So I would say I always tell everybody, these are the two things that you want to be doing on a regular basis. You want to be going after expireds and canceleds, even FSBOs. We talk about FSBOs in here as well. We also talk about converting seller leads out of here, because a lot of the things that we do with expireds, we can also do for the seller leads in our database, for cancels, for FSBOs. But then we've got an entirely unique classroom for open houses. And even if it's not your listing, you can do an open house and generate listings and buyers. Okay. All right. Everybody good to go? Let me see here. Okay, perfect. All right. Give me a second. I'll be right back. There we go. Elena, there you go. I see you. Approve. So you should be in that school classroom in here in a little bit. Okie doke. All right, everybody, listen, thank you so much for joining me as always. If you have any questions, you need any help, again, Mastermind Group is really, I think, my favorite place for that kind of stuff. But if you have just like a specific question, definitely get with our support team, and they can help you out with that as well. All right, everybody, have an awesome day. Have a great weekend. And, get into the Mastermind Group. All right, get into the Mastermind Group. Start telling me what you're up to. And let's start making sure you get a listing a week. That's the goal. A listing a week. Other people are doing it. You can too. It's just taking the right action at the right cadence. And you'll be there. You'll be there. Talk to you soon.